Hey everyone, thanks again for joining me. My name is Anne, for those of you who do not know me, and what I do is I give a general reading focusing on divine soulmates, twin flames, all spiritual love connections, and also love relationships. I try to cover every base. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, there are so many different types of soul connections that we meet and some that are not soul connections, but it's based upon love. So if you're going through something in your life and you need guidance, you need a little bit of inspiration or just some messages to come through, waiting for something, then this is the reading video for you. Many times we're sent these reading videos that we're not actually looking for them. They come to us. I know that happens to me. So watching this video, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Now, I'm recording this on a Saturday. Now, the total lunar eclipse, full moon, by the way, it intensifies. So a lot of you have been feeling a lot of energy shifts, and we've been talking about that in the previous videos, that a lot of things is starting to come to place, and there's a lot more exciting things that's about to happen. Some of them are positive, some of them may not be so positive, but whatever it is, I hope that you can use it to your highest good. It's basically preparing for what we need to know, what we need to take with us, and leave what doesn't. It's all about empowering ourselves, but we're still feeling the energy, the vibrations around us, and it seems to, like, I don't know, with the full moon, it seems to do something when it comes to a partnership, relationship, soul connection. It seems to influence it in some type of way. Not in a negative way, but sometimes we don't really get all of it that we should be, because we're focusing on ego a lot of times. And that's why with the full moon, it kind of like ignites something. So try your best not to allow that to happen. Many times we allow it, and then that's when, you know, things happen that, you know, we're not proud of. Maybe we say things, maybe we do things that we kind of like regret later on. And that's why the full moon is a time to just let go, release, surrender. It's a time to really meditate, to really reflect on everything that has happened, because it's passing of a moon. A moon is leaving us, and we're going to be being brought with a new moon, and a new moon is setting out intentions of new beginnings. I know a lot of you already know this, but a lot of you don't, so I just have to explain a little bit what the moon represents. So this is also a good time to charge your crystals. Charge your crystals, your stones. I like to use a little bit of sometimes a salt bath with my crystals and then sage them. I use white sage, and I burn it around my crystals, and then I just leave them for the sunlight, and I leave them for the moonlight, and a lunar eclipse is the best time to cleanse and charge them. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, and if you're not subscribed, I hope you can subscribe, because I do release a video every week. Also, if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. Also, I just want to thank you all for subscribing to me, all my new subscribers and all my previous subscribers, and all the support that everybody has given to me. I just want to thank you all. If there was a way for me to hug you all and just thank you, I will do it. And that's the way I feel, like giving gratitude. When I give these videos, I don't want nothing in return except just the energy exchange, because I enjoy hearing from you all, and I do my best to answer each and every one of you. It sometimes gets a little chaotic because I do have a lot of things going on, and I try my best to get to everybody as quickly and timely manner as possible, because I know we're all busy, and I know we all got things to do. So I'm in this beautiful park right near my home, and I love it. It's one of those times when I just like to meditate and just to reflect. It's a good time to embrace nature. And I said before, it's like I'm always outside and, you know, wearing sunscreen. Make sure you wear a lot of sunscreen, especially during this time of the year, because the sun is a lot strongest than other times. Plus, we want to get the charge, but we don't want to overdo too much to our skin. You know how that goes, and I'm not going to go into that, okay? I just love talking to you all and reaching out to you all, and this is the best way I can. I hope you are all doing well and enjoying the summer or the winter. I know a lot of you are like looking at me and saying, I wish it was summer here, and you know what? Soon enough, it's going to be, and we're going to be in the winter as well. Okay, so I know I'm going on. Without further delay, let's begin the reading. Okay, I've meditated and shuffled the cards, asking for guidance and wisdom from the angels, from our spirit guides that are around us. Whatever it is that we need to know to take with us, to use to our highest good in our relationships and love relationships and all relationships in general. The cards that I've used were the very beautiful Whispers of Love Oracle cards by Angela Hartfield, and the artwork is, I just feel it's amazing, by Josephine Walsh. She's made a few decks, and it's one of my favorites. Okay, and the first card that I pulled, Forgiveness. A very beautiful card, and actually it's the root of all love. Without forgiveness, it's impossible to find love. And as you can see, this card has a lot of, it looks like a dream. It's just, I can just stare into it. I can just like look at every picture, and it's just, it brings so much meaning. That's why I love these cards, and I love her artwork, because it just makes me dream. It makes me visualize. And as it says in the card, nothing, if you can see that, okay, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And that is so true. When you're holding on to things and stuff that just do not serve a purpose, that are not, it's not helping you by you constantly holding a grudge, you're blocking the love. You're blocking the feeling of love coming into your life, because you're just stuck on something from the past and not even thinking about what happened in the situation, but just, it can be ego actually. I feel like it comes from ego, that you're unable to forgive, because everybody can forgive, but it's more of a pride thing. It's more of, well, he said this, she said that, and that's where it all starts from. Now, the Divine Masculine doesn't know how to forgive himself. Not that he is not forgiving, he's a forgiving person. The Divine Masculine is forgiving, but it's just that the Divine Masculine energy can actually prevent himself from forgiving. And that's where I say the ego comes in, the ego takes over, and the ego destroys every ounce of happiness that two people can have, because ego always has a place of saying, I want this and it should be this way, and it's a controlling kind of energy. Sometimes we are dominated by this. We are controlled by the negativity that sometimes it just, we can't let go of it, because other people don't seem to understand, and we tend to just latch onto it. We tend to dwell on it, and many times that happens when there isn't any feeling where they can let go and release and surrender. They're miserable. And something is telling you you need to forgive yourself. You're holding on to something, or maybe it's a person. Maybe there is someone that you're not allowing to be forgiven, because you don't feel that that person should have done something, or that person should have done something, or you're just holding on to something that you don't even remember why you're holding on to it. You're just saying, I'm not going to forgive this person because of whatever. Or maybe you feel like that's what you're supposed to do because that's what you were taught. Whatever the case may be, sometimes you can actually prevent your own blessings from coming through, because you're not forgiving that person. So in other words, you're not forgiving yourself. You're blaming yourself in many ways, and you're not allowing yourself to feel the love. This is where sometimes people just don't get it, and maybe I'm not saying that you don't get it, but we can all tend to go there. And the Divine Masculine is trying to find a new way, a new door, a new place to just get out and break free from all of that, because that ego-based energy has been knocking on that door, and it's saying, I want in, and you have to just say, no, you're not coming in, because I need peace. I need to release and surrender. The Divine Masculine energy is inside of all of us, like I've always said before. So I'm not referring to a man directly, or I could be, but it could also be a woman, because we are all equal in many ways. So Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. So when I talk about these two energies, I'm talking about both person. I mean, both sides represent the one person. Now I always reflect these two cards for the Divine masculine, and these two cards are divine feminine. So just a little clarification, because I got a few questions asking about that. And basically it's a reading for you, not for the other person or for this person or that person. It's all about what resonates with you. Okay, so just clearing that up. And like I said, forgiveness is really important right now. It's forgiveness inside yourself, forgiveness for that energy that you're holding on to, and that's where it's time to just release and surrender. Now, maybe you know somebody that's going through this. Maybe this is something that you need to share with them, maybe something that you need to bring out in the open and tell them that you feel that they should forgive, you know, someone someone that they know, because it's not right. Okay, so however this resonates with you, you will take it with you, as I've always said before. Okay, so the next card. Love who you are. Another very beautiful card. And as you can see, this card says on the bottom, you are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all the wonderful things that life has to offer. And as you can see, she's loving who she is. She knows she is beautiful. She is loved. She's loving who she is. And it's so beautiful when you love yourself, because when you love yourself, you are able to just give in to that beautiful energy that is just inside of you. And loving who you are is a thing that is coming from the divine, because when you love yourself, you love others. The divine masculine loves, like I said, he is capable of loving. He is capable of giving. And this is where it's time to just start loving that beautiful energy, that beautiful feeling, that beautiful person that you have deep inside, that soul center that you have. Like we've talked about before, the soul center is crying out, wants love, wants to feel love. But the divine masculine doesn't know how, because the divine masculine is not forgiving. When you love yourself, you love who you are, and you're proud of yourself. And maybe you're saying, yes, I do love myself, and I am proud of myself, and you're agreeing with me, and I hope you are, and I'm happy if you are. But sometimes we tend to overlook certain things. And remember the times when you say, why did I do that to myself? And you end up, you know, I'm not saying you say negative things about yourself, but you can, and then you end up having a grudge on yourself and feeling a sense of guilt, fear, negativity, and that's where forgiveness is impossible at that moment, and it dwells and it lingers. And you know what happens? You prevent healing from happening in your life. You prevent the healing process that is trying to go on deep inside you. Something is happening. Maybe this person that you're with is not forgiving you, or you're not forgiving them. And you know what? You love who you are happy who you are, but you're also set in your ways. There's a thing called, I love who I am and I don't care. I'm just not going to give in. No, you have to invite that person into your heart again. Forgiving. Forgiveness is everything. The divine masculine doesn't know how to forgive right now. Maybe the divine masculine is not allowing himself to love. This is why it's important for you to love yourself. If your relationship is going down, going down a sour road, and it hurts and it feels like nothing is ever going to change, nothing is ever going to get better, but you love this person with all your heart, something is telling you not to give in to that negative feeling, because you know what? That negative feeling is only going to get worse. As it gets worse, it's going to create like a heaviness upon yourself, and that's where you're going to fail to feel love anymore. That's where the relationship kind of like tears apart. Did you ever see relationships when they're so close, they love each other so much, and maybe you're going through this, and then they go through a breakup, a separation, a divorce, but though they still love that person, and they ask themselves, we go back into a place where we was at before, and why can't we get back to that place again? They both want it, but they both can't find it. The simple fact is, you're not forgiving yourselves. You're not allowing yourself to love yourselves. You're maybe loving each other, but guess what? You're not loving yourself. You've changed, we all change, but guess what? As they change, we all change together. You try to move on, you try to get over this person, you try to change everything about your lifestyle, but you find yourself back with this person. That is usually a divine partner that needs to be worked on, and usually healing work is necessary. You have to work on yourself, especially when it comes to a divine partner, because if you don't work on yourself, you're never going to find happiness with anyone, regardless if you have a spiritual connection or not. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm just not marriage material, or I'm not relationship material, I'm meant to be alone. No, get that out of your mind, because you're not. You are not meant to be alone. You are meant to be happy with someone, regardless. But if you keep saying this to yourself, you're never going to love yourself. You're never going to forgive yourself. You're never going to feel love. Let go of those negative thoughts. That mentality is ruining your feeling of happiness, the love that you have. You're not allowing it to shine. Okay, so let's go to the next card. And have faith. Very beautiful card, and we got some butterflies. I love butterflies. As you see, this young fairy, or she's a butterfly, angel, whatever she is beautiful. And she's got like, looks like a bunch of balloons, but they're balloons of butterflies. And she's just prancing around, having faith, walking through the valleys, or flying, I should say flying. Every color of butterfly you can think of is around her. And this card says on the bottom, have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Now, something is telling you, I have to do this. I have to give in to what my heart is telling me. I have to let go. I have to release. I have to have faith. But then you allow a feeling of negativity just to come in, and guess what? That negativity just says, I don't have no faith, and it's not going to happen, and I'm just going to forget about it. You're right back to where you were at before. If you're working on yourself, the divine feminine is working, the divine feminine is trying. She feels she can do this, and she's strong enough, and she's come through a lot. And yes, maybe you have. But there is something called faith that if she doesn't have the faith, it's never going to happen. It's never going to accomplish anything in her life. And maybe sometimes it's not meant, but when you have faith and you believe in something and you know something and you are being like led that direction, that path, you see the signs, you have to have faith and you have to keep up with what you're doing, because this is what's going to help you to take your spiritual energy to the next level. In other words, getting to a place where you're not necessarily in a 5D area, but you kind of feel like you are. You're in a higher frequency. You've raised your vibration. Raising your vibration is just feeling happy. You know, when we feel like tickle pink, we're so excited. We're like I'm not saying we're a cheerleader, but we feel embraced with love. And that's where having faith, having trust, believing in the process, not necessarily believing in something that you don't really feel in your heart, just making it up in your mind and saying, I think I believe. No, you have to believe it with all your heart, because ego can come in. Like I said before, if ego is there, ego is going to say, no, it's not going to happen. And ego is going to prevent you from being positive. It's going to prevent you from loving yourself. It's going to prevent you from having the faith. I really feel like somebody is going through something that needs to hear this, and maybe I'm being a little, maybe not harsh, but I'm just being a little firm, because sometimes we need that, and I need that. That's why I say this to you, because that's the way I give these readings. The messages are not coming from me, they're coming from the divine, but I release them the way I would need to be told them, you know, the way they need to be told to me, I should say. So when I give these readings, it's mainly to help you all, and it is going to help you. You have to just say it. It's going to help me or resonate with me, maybe not now, but maybe later. Somehow I'm hearing these messages, and these messages are going in the back of my mind that later on I'm going to say, I know what Anne was saying. Now I understand, because I see this all the time. This is the way it happens to me as well. We get messages constantly, and by getting the messages, we write them down, we journal them. Maybe we don't pay attention to them all the time, but we try to, especially when we're preoccupied in, you know, full-blown summer. You know, we have so much going on, and, you know, we want to make time for everything in our life. And that's where it's necessary for you to focus on your dreams, focus on who you are inside, because the Divine Feminine, she's working on herself. She may have a lot going on right now in her life, but she's tired. She wants out. She wants to stop looking at things so drastically. Maybe there's like a part of her that's feeling like she's feeling sorry for herself, because we've seen that over the last few readings, that the Divine Feminine is, it's not self-pity so much, but she's looking at things so deeply inside of her life that she's not paying attention to what's in front of her, and that's where the ego can come in and take over. You know, like I said, it's a double situation. It has to be aligned. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine has to be in line with you and with your divine partner. So remember, having the faith is important with everything that you do. If you don't have faith, it's not going to work. Okay, so let's go to the last card. One of my favorite cards, and I know I say this a lot, but it really is, because I love the words miracles and blessings. And as you can see, this woman is just like she's grabbing her blessings. She's grabbing her miracles. She knows they're there. She sees them. She's grabbing them because she knows that she's being given them from the divine. And it says here, everything has its gift. And that is so true. The miracles and blessings that you are receiving, that you're going to be receiving, and that you've received in the past, are miracles and blessings that you have to have faith into it, because something good is going to happen. This is a positive card. And what it does is that in the reading, it makes the reading much more, how can I say, empowered with new beginnings, with the blessings that will be coming to you. Maybe sometimes what is happening currently is not necessarily what you are happy with. You're not happy with the process because it hurts, or the process is taking a lot out of you, and you feel like your energy is drained and your energy is not getting what you want, and you feel like you're being deprived. Now, I see this a lot because it happens to all of us. It happens to me. But what this card is telling you is that there is a miracle and blessings that are going to be anointed to you. They are going to come to you. I don't know your religion and what you believe in, but I hope you do believe in something. But whatever it is, it's coming from the higher end, higher power, that the miracles and blessings will be given to you, whatever you're looking for. Whatever you need in your life, I should say, because we can't have everything that we want, although we can get it, but we have to work on it. We have to work for it. You know, nothing just comes down from the sky and is handed to us. I wish it was. But maybe one day it just might. Who knows? But anyways, the miracles and blessings are going to be given to you because you're working on yourself. Working on yourself is very important at this time, especially with the energy shifts, especially with things that are going on right now, because we need definitely like this feeling of armor, of protection, of light, because to take with us. When we're not having it, we're actually deprived. We're not feeling safe. And by not feeling safe, we don't find love. We can't find the love. The miracles and blessings, well, I would love to tell you that you're going to have the dream relationship coming up this week, okay? But you know what? This reading is not for an individual. It's mainly to give you a message to take with you. Maybe it may be so, but like I said, I can only give you the messages. Whatever is going to happen, you have to make it happen. It's all about, you know, whatever you work on yourself, you're going to be working on yourself to get higher, to work on yourself to empower your relationship, to find your relationship, to get back together with your relationship, to be happy in your relationship, whatever that is, in peace and harmony, because there's changes that's coming up for you. And like I said, these changes, the energy shifts that are going to be happening, is something that you have to focus on. You have to focus on what I need to do today, not tomorrow, not next week. I know we put things off, we procrastinate, but when there's a relationship that isn't completely, how could I say, it's not like where you want it to be, and you feel like things are falling apart, and maybe you should just walk away. Well, it's time to start examining yourself first before you judge that person for their actions. Yes, sometimes they can do things, a man and woman, I mean, no one's perfect, but maybe you're not forgiving yourself, or maybe you're not forgiving that person. You need to love who you are, because like I said before, loving you who you are is a thing that we sometimes fail to do because we're not forgiving ourselves. And when we're not forgiving ourselves, we're allowing negativity just to creep in. It's kind of like energy vampires are all around us trying to steal our energy, trying to steal our love. When you have the faith that something happened for a reason and it's going to get better, but I need to just believe into what my heart is telling me. Yeah, this message is coming clear. I need to have faith. I need to give it time. I need to let go. I need to release and surrender. And my miracles and blessings are going to be anointed to me. It's going to be given to me abundantly. Now, maybe it's not right now, maybe it is, maybe it's later on, but whatever it is, it's for your highest good. I promise you, something good is going to happen. When I meditated, I looked for something that you need to take with you. And I said this before, I'm looking for, messages coming out from the divine, not from me. And it's just something to use for your soul center to empower your relationship, as I mentioned before, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and a lot of messages that were coming through, I really feel like they resonated with me, and I hope they did with you as well. Sometimes the messages don't really line up as well as I like them to, but sometimes it's mainly because it's a direct message that's given to you, and you will understand what it means. So I try to kind of like translate what my spirit guides are giving me and the angels' messages, but like I said, you need to use it for your highest good and take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Now, if you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. You can also check out my blogs. I have like several articles on soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, and also my YouTube videos. And if you have any questions, please post them down in the comments area. I try my best to get to everybody as quick as I can. Thank you all for your likes, your comments, and just reaching out to me. It means a lot to me, and I know I say this every week, but I have just so much gratitude and so much love for you all. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful week. And until next time, God bless. Namaste.